everyone. Welcome to Talk to Us today. I'm Simrit.
And I'm Namita. And today's topic on our show is friendship. We are going to explore some aspects of friends and friendship and how they affect our lives. For us regular folk, how do friendship develop? Why do they matter? And how do they change with time?
The truth is, life is all about relationships, relationships which create memories. So we have our family, blood relationships, which we're born into. These are the ones that are dealt to us in life. And they create a foundation for all our future relationships. So let's say our romantic relationships, which are so important because in the future they create the family bonds through children and sometimes through marriage. And in between all these lovely relationships, we have something amazing in the form of friendships. Namita, how would you define friendship?
Well, for me, friendship is all about fun, love, trust, sharing, sometimes fighting, and then crying and making up, and of course, bitching. Most of our bonds with friends happen over eating, cooking, drinking, and celebrating. And normally, it doesn't matter how close or far you are from your friends, how often you speak to them, when you need them, they're there for you. And this definitely holds true for those who are connected with or soulmates or who truly feel like our adopted families. So Sigrid, what about you? Do you have some friends who you feel they're your soulmates, or I would say, how do you define someone as your good friend in a way?
Well, I define someone as a friend who has is completely smashed, drunk, and then they call me to tell me how much I mean to them. It's happened.
That's cool.
Seriously.
How you never called me?
Yeah, it's changed over the years. Trust me. For me, friendship is a big thing. I invest heavily in my friends. So I don't take this relationship really lightly. But to me, it's not just one or two things which would define a friend. It's a culmination of so much more. Friendship means truly being happy for my friend or genuinely being sad for them when they go through a rough time, even if we can't help them. It's a sincere love for one another. When you genuinely only want the best for another person, or it's in my mind that's a friendship, right? Friendship means having mutual love, affection, and trust for one another, wanting to be together equally in someone's celebrations and in their sorrows.
Definitely, that is true. But the fact is, there are so many different type of friends. Friends who we can go out for a coffee or a meal with, a friend who you talk to just to gossip or bitch about, or an acquaintance with, right? And a friend who you call just for a piece of advice, or then there are friends who you trust enough to bare your soul to. So the one who you can really rely on completely, right? And then there is one type of friend who truly becomes your family and you have had big fights with them, but your friendship has truly passed the test of time, right? A lot of names comes in, or when we just think about it. So, do you relate with
Uh,
this, Simran? Do you have someone?
I'm laughing because, first of all, can I fight? Everyone who knows me, I can fight. I'm always,
Oh, damn! You can fight.
but I fight with who I'm close to. Otherwise, I just argue. And one of my closest friends, my bestie, is the one who I've had maximum number of fights with. And I'm talking about full on crazy fights, screaming and shouting. And not in childhood, like a couple of years ago, dude, like just 3, 4 years ago.
Wow.
We've been through a lot together. And the weirdest part is nobody thought we'd connect or become real friends. And that's what the beauty of this is, right? You don't know why you're friends anymore. But we're really connected. We've been friends for 25 years. And as the saying goes, I have to stay your best friend forever because you know me too well. If I break up too many
Of
secrets,
course, yes,
so
yes, yeah, that is definitely true.
buddy, confidant, Gobind, love you. Another BFF who I fight a lot with, and he's my Aya Gaya friend. So like when
Okay.
he's here, and when he's gone, I don't know where he is. He disappears off the face of the earth. And he's still really special to me no matter where he is in life. And that's Puneet. So both of these guys are my special BFFs who I could fight with. Who's your oldest? And he's been friends with me since grade 4. So I won't say
Wow, that's
trivial.
amazing. Yeah.
So who's your oldest friend, Namita?
Well, my oldest and the best friend is a very close member of my family, and that's my Masi, my youngest Masi. My Masi is 7 years older than me. She came to live with us for her higher education, high school, in fact, I would say, and because there were not much opportunities, or I would say school near the village or the town where she was living. So she came to live with us. So when she came, me and my brother, no, we never considered her like like Masi or aunt. She was like elder sister, and you were just fighting with her over small things, and we used to like call her by name, and she was young too, so we grew up more of you know like a typical sibling, fighting and complaining about each other to my mom, and and my mom, I mean, but for me she was more like my best friend. I would confide in her completely, and though we would fight like cats and dogs, but she would still always be like my secret uh, owner. And I remember how my mother used to handle us when there was a big fight between my brother and me and her. So it was like it's really, those are the memories where I still think of. It just goes like a flash in front of me, and it just gives me so much happiness, and brings smile on my face. And even today, she is my best friend. And the interesting part was when she got married, and we were supposed to call her, by calling her Masi, and her husband Masaji. And it was so awkward for us. But slowly with time, we figured it out. We started calling her, but still she is my closest and dearest friend. I love you, Seema Masi, very much. What about?
It's very fortunate. Like when our family members become our best friends, right? I have a younger brother, and he's been my first best friend. He's still one of my best friends. We would fight like crazy, like you're saying, like cats and dogs. And we would drive my mom crazy. I don't know how she dealt with it. But we still fight, but we're really great friends, like the best. And I'm so lucky because his wife and my two cousins in Canada. So most of the people I'm really close to don't really live here. So these two cousins of mine and my sister-in-law and my brother, they're my support system. They're my emotional support system. None of them live in India, and they're my best friends for life. They always know what I need before I know it. So Mandeep, Nana, Sunny, and Preeti, and the spouses, Mandy and that, you guys are all so special to me, and you're my friends. I feel truly blessed to have them in my life. Everyone talks about friends who become family, but this is family. Like we're dealt with this, and we're very fortunate if we're dealt with it, and yet they become friends over life. Um, they're my pillars of support. I'm also one of the fortunate ones who's married a best friend, so I won't name him, but I don't. I take him for granted.
That's cool. That's cool. Uh, let's talk about friends who came into our lives very early, like childhood or in school, I would say, and we are inseparable. But slowly, as time passes and life gets in the way, we drift apart. We may not talk to them often, but maybe once a year we get connected over the phone or meet for a drink, and then we catch up. A connection still exists, right? And we talk about the past and the current, and we are all caught up, and it gives us so much happiness. And these connections feel special, and I personally label them as ghost friends. Well, I have a lot of ghost friends, Simrit. I don't know about you. Maybe you'll share it later. So I'll start with my school days. So there is this friend of mine, Indu. She was with me, from sixth grade till my 10th grade. And talking to her like once a year is really amazing. And whenever we talk about, like, how time flew away, how things have changed. It was not like this when we were young. We never used to think like that. And we discuss about kids. It's amazing. And the very interesting part about our school days was that she has I mean, she is really beautiful and she has these high cheekbones, like this. So even if she is not, it's like quiet, it looks like that she's smiling. So her face looks
Aw,
smiley face. Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So very very funny incidents, I would say. This used to happen very frequently. Every time a new teacher is to come in school, and when she used to ask question to her, she would get up and she would like she was just standing normally quietly, and then the first thing the teacher would say, why are you smiling? Am I
I
looking
guess
funny?
that's right.
Oh my god. And she was like, then what to do? Everybody knew that this is what happens with her. And then this poor girl, she would get scolding without any reason.
Aw.
Yeah. And then, just to make it better, even when she didn't know the answer to the question, I would just prompt her from the back. Look, this is the answer. Say
Oh,
it.
you're so
She doesn't get those scolding again from the teacher. That was the whole idea of
okay.
me helping her uh, away at those times. And there's
Mhm.
another set of ghost friend I have, like my four hostel mates. We girls were very close to each other. And every evening, we would talk about what happened in college, which professor did what, and who proposed whom, with boys after with girl, or anything interesting happened, or those all fun-filled evenings we used to have. But after college, we slowly drifted apart, and nowadays we just catch up over the phone once in a while. And again, bitching about this or the other thing, and even bitching about each other because, oh, she's not calling, she's so busy, she is just not responding to my calls, I don't know what she's up to. And then she would call one random day, and then again, using our own those language slang we used to use for each other.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. And there's another ghost friend, Avi. I mean, he's the cutest and the very innocent and nice guy, but always complaining about one or the other thing. And even now we catch up like twice a year on each other's birthday. But the same thing, complaining. Oh, you didn't call, you didn't think about it, you didn't share about this or that. So, but it's amazing because it's the same thing which was earlier, right? So, I mean, I feel really great talking to him, and it brings a smile on my face. And there are a few
Right.
friends, few juniors, I would say. They were like, I mean, they became friends. See, age is no bar when it comes to friendship, right? And
Never.
today, I
Never.
don't talk to them often, but whenever I need any help or I need to share something, I can just straight away call them, and they would go out of their way to help me out.
Right.
Even today, even they are far away from me, they're in different countries, but it's amazing that they're always there when I need them. So,
Right.
these friendship makes you feel so happy. And I mean, I feel so special and grateful for their friendship, the respect, love, and affection. So I really cherish my friendship with all of my friends. What about you? Do you have any close friends you want to talk about?
Well, I actually thought I didn't, but I do. I have two ghost friends. So one is from Ethiopia, and she
Oh,
disappears for months on end. And I see her like every 5, 7 years. And then I'll see her like that year a couple of times or whatever. And she was my husband's uh, roommate from college, actually. But we're so close.
wow.
And another one who lives in Canada, who's my ghost friend, who was lived in my neighborhood. We went to university together, and when we connect, we're all caught up and nothing ever changes. But then I'm like, she's so bad at communication. So I, even with WhatsApp and everything, I don't talk to her for, months on end. So yeah. That's Nina. But I do like I wouldn't call this one a ghost friend, but I have a very dear friend in Ottawa. And so her parents and my parents were newly immigrated to Canada. They got married around the same time and so really close friends. And then she was born and so she was the first baby in the family circle or whatever. And so then she moved away, like the parents moved away somewhere. And then shortly after that, my mom was her godmother, and then they moved away. And then 9 years later, we moved to India. So this is before accessibility and communication so much. So for about 13 years, the parents never saw each other. So we didn't know about each other's existence. Then, so they would be ghost friends, I guess. They all knew what was going on through the grapevine, and whatever. But then they reconnected and somehow, and then we went for the first summer there. So we were like, I was this awkward teenage girl from Delhi and trying to be cool to meet this girl from Canada, and she was way more traditional than me. She was this awkward teenage girl from Canada, and we just hit it off. And for the next 10 years, we had what we call, like, we would go to their house in Ottawa for weeks, and our version of the summer camp, right? So it was my brother and me and four sisters. I know his four sisters, and we would have an absolute blast over there. So and then other kids and family friends, and it was just amazing. But this is a true story which many people can't even believe, that when she was planning her wedding, I was still single and I just graduated from college, but I moved in with them, with auntie, uncle, and Anu, just as a known thinking, oh, I have to help with the wedding planning. But who
Wow.
gets up and goes to someone's house for 4 months?
I
And
know.
I was like, helping them and like whatever. I don't know if I helped them or was just partying along, but it's so amazing. And I'm so lucky. Those kinds of bonds are unbreakable. Anu's truly my sister more than my like friend. And she's the best friend for life. And I'm lucky because through her, like, this is how friendships happen. Through her, I've met another friend who is very special to me. Yeah, so I mean, very special. So these are the kind of friendships that are amazing, right?
They are amazing. And the best and the worst part about friendship is that it is completely voluntary relationship. Long
Right.
lasting friendship, I mean, gives us a lot of security and comfort. And there have been
Right.
numerous studies conducted which all found that the presence of strong relationship in life lead to a happier, healthier, and longer life. And they create a sense of comfort and security as we age. And as we age, of course, loneliness creeps in. So we keep the loneliness away. It is, the only way to do is to invest in good friendships, to have those
Absolutely.
bonds, right?
Uh,
Yeah.
right. Having friends. I mean, I love hanging out with my friends and my family who are friends. I mean, it makes me feel like a kid again, honestly.
So, speaking of which, the best and the easiest phase of life is to make new friends in childhood. You know, my 7 years old daughter comes home from the park every week with a new best friend. So, the friendship,
I love that.
I should share every thing with her. Oh, mama, she's my bestest friend, and their friendship is mostly based on what they're wearing or what they love to eat or what they love to play. I mean, it seems so innocent and naive, to us adults. But when they really fight and the heartbreak they have and when they cry, that's
Oh,
really, really, yeah, that's really a sad part. It really hurts a lot. So my daughter will cry and cry because she fought with her BFF. And for the tender, yeah, and for the tender heart, the pain is real. Uh,
it is. It is. Absolutely.
the difference is that they bounce back because of their resilience. So
Mm.
they are so innocent and optimistic. So they go out again, find another best friend who love dogs. So
Right. So easy, right? That's it. But for the young, I noticed like she's really young. But for the young millennials, friendship is really different because a best friend could be someone who you've rarely or never met in life, but you play online like video games and you have an online presence and relationship with them almost. And then they talk or something online daily even. The younger generations can, it surprises me because they can fully develop, maintain, and break up with close friends or a significant other over some form of social media, whether it's Facebook, Snapchat,
Yeah.
Instagram, or whatever else is going on these days that I'm not aware of. Personally, I think that they're losing out. Okay, so there's a little bit of gyan maybe, or just my opinion. I know it's no gyan, but still, I think the best part of friendship is the hangout, right? Like,
Def-
Namita, I mean, what do we miss about like being young? Like hanging out, long sessions, long drawn out, subah se sham, sitting in somebody's room and just gupshupping. The
exactly. And
all night.
randomly deciding, let's go eat this, let's go there.
हाँ exactly यार mood हो गया आज चलते हैं कुछ and
Chalte.
this is the fun thing like oh we're drinking something यार वो best papdi chaat is like 1 kilometer one hour away चलो let's get up and go पकड़ा
I
कुछ
know.
the all night sleepovers which become the all night drinking sessions. Oh my god, I don't know if you ever had drinking all night. Don't remember, like everybody is like passing out in somebody's room or something. It's so much fun. And then now, unfortunately, as you get older, there are the all night tea sessions or the coffee. But still, it's the hangouts. Now, the last year and a half, it's if it's anything, I miss not like my friends and hanging out with them. I don't miss their WhatsApp chats or yaar message karte the ya Instagram. I mean, I don't miss that.
Yes, yes, hanging out is so important. Yeah, I miss hanging out with all my friends, with you as
Right.
well, of course. I'm so happy things are getting better and we can meet and chit chat and discuss so much more that we have in here
Absolutely.
stored up for a long, long time. Okay, so the takeaway today is if things are better in your city or whatever part of the world you are in, call a friend who you have missed, make a date to meet, catch up. And, remember, do get vaccinated and always safe. Yes.
We're gonna put that in, guys, even if it's no gun. So that's all from Talk to Us today. But we look forward to hearing from you all. So if there's anything that you guys see that you like about our show, do let us know in the comment section and let your friends know where to find us. Send us videos on hello at Talk to Us today about what you miss most about being with your friends, what you did, what was the craziest thing you did with your friends. Send us your videos. We look forward to hearing from you. We'll include them in some segment. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button here and hit the bell to stay notified of our new videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Thank you for joining us on Talk to Us today. See you next time.
But remember,
I
we talked
remember.
about talk to us today.
Keep
Right.
smiling,
Keep laughing
and most
and
importantly, keep talking. Yeah.
talking.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.